It's in my teeth here. Let's see if I can match it on the tune. The top of the guitar is a great place to also match the tone, and it is matched. Okay, alright, so we have, oh, Donnie, hi Jason, alright, so 5, 3, Donnie, I'm not sure if I'm probably hacking it in, I apologize, but I'll do the best I can, and it's all in good intention. You know what they say about good intentions. Yeah, had a wonderful day yesterday. Wanting to breathe a little bit, just get ready to start working on the guitar. I wanted to let you know, if you're just tuning in, that, you know, I'm not sure if you're new to the channel or not, but good morning, Scott. Oh, you can check out Mr. Sterling's guitar on the community tab, the posts tab. It's a beautiful old guitar, beautiful guitar. It's like one of those rare birds. So I wanted to also let you know that we do have several beautiful guitars coming, and they'll be released soon. So here's sending me photographs of your guitars, sending us those guitars is just a thing of beauty. So we are basically doing these photo essays of our guitars, you know, the guitars of the morning ritual, and giving them some space to be heard and seen. Gotta check the tuning, you know, once in a while. As you can see, the tuning just needs a little bit of, little extra, just check, you know, just to check to see where we're at. So let me sit back and just get comfortable here this morning. Mostly to find an angle where we can sort of just, you know, chat, hang out, and talk shop. That's about it. So let's find a comfortable angle where we can sort of live for about an hour this morning. Whether it's for this particular guitar practice session, or whether it's for the entire day, we're setting these intentions so that we can just get the most out of what we're doing here today, and just setting this time aside for ourselves, right? So it's very simple, very just an easy approach. So let's think about that as we go through this tune-up, as we go through this morning ritual. So let's go ahead and explain this a little bit more. And fingers 3 and 4 are using, are on frets 11 and 12. Ready? 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a. If you're just tuning in, I wanted to take just a moment, just a small moment. I guess that's what the word moment means anyway. The moment is an invitation just newly attending, we'd like to invite you to return with your guitar in hand and practice along with us, or just simply observe and breathe in some of these skills and some of these repetitions and meditations so that we can, fold some new things into our guitar repertoire. Now, one of the things, the reason why I do this specifically, so fingers 2 and 3 on 11 and 12, to E and a T, E and a bow E. I'm going to place the metronome is always at 60 beats per minute for the morning sessions. And that is by design. It's a walking down the street kind of tempo. It's very familiar to us. The second goes by, there are 60 seconds of a minute, 60 seconds and an hour. And so it's a very familiar breakdown for us, a rhythmic pattern. And I'm really enjoying seeing the lights here. That's here. You can smash that like button or double tap the screen if you're on a mobile keyboard. Good morning, Rihanna. Elastic, good morning. Oh, have you heard my song River? Oh yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah, you can search my channel. And thanks, Kevin. So you can search my channel if you like, and just kind of 11 and 12, fingers 1 and 2, and 1 E and a T, and you know what to do. You can search my channel. There's a bunch of Pink Floyd stuff on there. Some recent, some Mr. Gilmore stuff, some more recent from Luck and Strange albums. So you can actually enjoy that if you like. There's also a place on the internet, any place that you absorb, any place you absorb your music, any place you go to listen to music, you can find Jason Carey. There's a record called Rebirth that it's a 2013 release, and a really great, I feel like it's a really great record for me. And there's a song on it, it's actually the opening song called River. It's a pretty cool song. I wrote it for a friend. Probably going to do a couple of tutorials while I have the trial running, but I just downloaded a trial with my iLog through Neural DSP, the Soldano amp model. I don't know if you guys have tried any of that stuff, but I'll tell you what, I started plugging it in, no pun intended, yesterday, and what a great sound. What a beautiful amplifier, as far as plugins go. But it's the SLO, it's a model like the SLO, the famous guitar amp. And I enjoy that. I'll probably play some of those tones. I'll probably end up purchasing it, but later this morning I have a Headrush Flex coming, so it's another amp model pedal coming that we're going to do some reviews on. So keep an eye out for that if you're into that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure if you're into that kind of stuff, but if you're here and some mornings, 1 E and 2 E, fingers 2 and 3 and 10 and 12, some mornings are going to be slower hours. And my idea of my job is to be here as a guitar practitioner, is to be here practicing So it's really important to me just to be here more than it is to have a great number, a huge number of viewership, right? The viewership is sort of, not that your seat time is not important, but even if the numbers dwindle, I was thinking about this a little bit this morning. Even though I am here every weekday morning from 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard or Eastern Daylight Time, it's not like I expect anyone else to be here with me. But those who are with me are here to work on personal guitar growth, personal growth basically, and then just working on getting our minds ready for the guitar day. And hopefully this preparation, I'll shake my hands out a little bit, hopefully this preparation and this seat time in the mornings gives us some incentivization to continue with the guitar throughout the day. Now we run a risk, fingers 1, 2, 10, 12, here we go. Nice little stretch. Robbie, good morning. To Ian, here we go, Ian. Mark, good morning. Izzy. Oh, the acoustics back. It is. Acoustic unleashed. So anyway, I'm going to just jump around a little bit, working on focusing on breath and focusing, just reminding myself of my own personal intentions of why I am here doing this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. It's just a live stream. It's just simply for guitar growth. Simply for guitar growth. It's not, there's nothing else going on, no other motivations really. I plan on being at the guitar every weekday morning, 7 days a week, but I know I want to be here. This is a way for me to actually get to the guitar, have a time and a place and a space to get to the guitar. Right? So we have one more exercise to do before we start working out with a stretch. We've got a nice stretch now. So if you're just tuning in, this is what we're doing. Playing guitar. 1 knee down, fingers 2 and 4, 9 and 12. Yes, this one. A lot of travel, a lot of talking, a lot of lecture. I appreciate what you did. Absolutely. Absolutely. Brian, do you know Jesus Christ is? Yeah, absolutely. Amen. Good morning. Mark? Let's see. Sorry about the noise. I'm smashing the like button. Very nice. Hey, Kev, the grandson shared their mega gold with me. Snotty little angel. Ankle biters. It's about that time of year where we start taking the marking or with any luck I'll have a bourgeois guitar in my hands in the next couple of weeks or whatever, sooner than later. But anyway, whatever we do, we're taking the guitar with us in the van. We're going to jump in the van and go check out some other backdrops. So we're not looking at the parlor the whole time. We're looking at some beautiful, lakes and mountains. And one of my dreams here was to broadcast this. So I've been consulting with Mountain Lifer, a friend of mine who lives his life in the mountains. It's his Appalachian Trail name. So figures 1 and 3 on Fritz 9 and 12, and you'll be happy to know that he's identified a few hilltops in the Appalachian Mountains where we could broadcast our morning live stream from. So keep in mind that's coming. So we'll be doing that, which means I'll give it a good alpine start. So we'll be leaving here at probably 2 o'clock in the morning, get to the foot of the hill at about 6, lace up, get on the hill by 7. Oh no, we can't do that. It'll have to be on. So let's see. I'll have to do the logistics. But maybe it's a sleep out and kind of thing and show up at the foot. 3-hour climb, 4-hour climb, 4.5-hour climb to the top top of the summit. And we'll do a little podcast from maybe Saddleback or, some of Mount Washington or something like that. Mount Washington will come. Those will come a little later in the season, but we'll be seeing some pretty cool scenery over that. And we'll put my mind in the right place, and feel really good. So let's go ahead. Now's a good time. In 15 minutes, I like to try to get a good solid stretch here. So let's try this today. Let's see what happens when we stretch. Some days feel different than others too, don't they? And it's okay. It's okay if they all feel different. Sometimes we want to play the guitar, or sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're going for the mound, sometimes you're going for the almond joy. It just, I think the important thing to remember for me is just to get with the guitar, just to sit down with the guitar. And it seems like I think this is episode number 66, right? If you've been following along, this is episode number 66. And by the time we reach the end of this year, we will have accumulated over 260 hours of practice time together. So that is going to change. We're actually at the beginning of the second quarter of the year, so we have a review coming up about our first month in the next few days, or a week. But we have a review that we're going to publish here too, just kind of a landmark about our achievements together. So, all right. Let's see, this feels really good. I also wanted to encourage some form of stretching in the morning and in the evening before, wake up time, before getting out of bed, after getting out of bed, stretch, and then, before bed, stretch. So I've been working a yoga program in the mornings just to kind of get the body awake and ready before the guitar. And then I found that it's helpful for me to do that same process in the evening before bed too. So maybe it will help you too. If it's something you want to do, then I can't blame you. 1 E and 2 E, morning chill. Joined a little late, internet was down. We started the morning without any power. We had a few miles up the road, we had a car collide with a telephone pole storm, so it was a major accident. And set power up for a couple hours this morning. So we were running by flashlights, headlamp, and wood stove. And 5G service. 1 and 2. What are we doing? All right, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, and you know what to do. 2, 3, and 4, 10, 12. Good morning, Jill. 2 miles. And I'll probably document some of that a little bit, but we are getting these morning rituals on the road as soon as the weather really starts to permit. And the idea is to just to get out and breathe some fresh air. And as far as now is concerned, I'm just going to use the workhorse here in Myerton, but I'd really like to have a bourgeois guitar again. So we'll see how that works out. But for now, what's going on is you're tuning into the morning ritual for Guitar on the Road, and my name is Jason, and I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. So I invite you to speak. 1 E and 2 E, 10, 11, 12, fingers 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, Jill. Hey, I heard somebody's got a cold here. Robbie, I hope you get well soon, man. Nordy 65 doing the whammy bar thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy that whammy bar thing. The tremolo bar. I haven't figured out how to install a Floyd Rose on this bad boy yet. Cass, I hope today is treating you amazing so far. Thank you for lunches and screaming and keep up the great work. Cass, wow, I really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. And the fact that you take a minute just to comment. So that's really cool. I appreciate that. Glad you're here. So welcome, Cass, Monty, some new faces here this morning. I'm really enjoying the new faces. So if you haven't heard the thing yet, Brian, if you haven't heard the thing yet, what we're doing here is we're working together. Or of course we're all alone, but we're together. And we're working toward adding quality as we become, better, we improve our lives as guitar practitioners of the guitar. So we're going to work, I just want to continue focusing on just getting through the program, the chromatic style, programmatic stuff, and encouraging good quality breathing. And then I wanted to also start working on some additional finger stretch exercises for my fretboard hand. So that's really important to me. So we'll start with frets number 9, 10, 11, and 12, and we use fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, and the T, and the O, Stein needs to get my email about MPS. Maybe we can set up some music. One is like a number I don't know, did I see? Are you talking to me? Stein? Not receive an email, but I did receive, I received a lot of emails. You got, 100 to 1,000 plus or whatever in my inbox. But if you could just, if you do email me, you're more than welcome to email me at jasoncareyguitar@gmail. And be sure in the subject line to place the words morning ritual for guitar. And that really helps me personally and others who are helping me with the email to identify, and it helps our smart email box to get them in the right place. So if you do email me, if you wouldn't mind just kind of getting that in the subject there, morning ritual for guitar. Just one of those things that helps us to get the communications where they belong. Just gets the data where it belongs. Sorry you missed yesterday, Robbie. I'm glad you're here today for certain. Good morning. And good morning, Mr. President, from the north. From the north, eh? Look for one from Deadhead. Okay, cool. Right on. Now I'm just going to speed this one up a little bit because I feel like I really wanted to just get my right hand go. Mr. Artist, Bernie, what's going on this morning? Yes, good to see you. I wish I had a little 5-4 to be ready to go. Give it a few beats, 1 beat and a 2. I'm just going to work 6 beats, 6 attacks per beat. And I'm just working the 1, 2, 3, 4, and on frets 9, 10, 11, 12. But this time we're working on the finger roll. And I'm fasting still this morning. The only thing I've had is a little bit of bean. So when I say finger roll, I really get excited about breakfast, which I don't do until after. Breakfast this morning likely to be granola on top of some vanilla Greek yogurt, or my wife makes these beautiful homemade Pop-Tarts with her sourdough starch, so I might have those. So 1, 2, here we go. on my right hand and my picking hand. Feels really slow this morning. There it is. Locking on. After this, we'll head back to some fourth finger stretches and first finger stretches. Yeah, I wonder how. You guys still awake out there? Yeah, good. Well, good morning. I hope everybody's got a good sizable amount of energy ready to spend down for the course of the day, doing good work, doing the good things. Here we go. Let me just check the tuning. Yeah, we're good to go. So I just released something yesterday too. It was kind of a song I worked on. I changed the title so it won't geolocate me, but the old title is something I don't want to share right now. But we just call it the song "The Flow." It's just kind of an exercise in like I taught some of this stuff to Chris from the Clearledge Band, and then Tyler from the I think maybe the Drew Abbott Band or whatever. But they I wanted to see what happens when we placed some John Coltrane style changes, John Coltrane style melodies over the bluegrass flatpick genre. So I ended up releasing this song yesterday in the form of an exercise. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's not it's not really, it's a short video, but it's a really exciting song. Like, the changes start with like this G. The tempo's at like 134 or something like that. It's really like spoken, but it's really designed to be flowing like a river, right? So the melody flows like a river, and then it takes these twists and turns. And if you're down an old logging river, you sometimes will see these logs come up. They get stuck in the bottom, and then they're canoe rippers. You know what I mean? If you go over those with a canoe, it'll turn your canoe right over. But so the current twists and turns, and I thought John Coltrane's changes from giant steps would be really cool to look at. So I think I wrote this in around 2009, 10 or something like that, when we were running around to bluegrass festivals in our competitive guitar days, which we are returning to which we are making our return. So I'd like to draw your attention to that. I think it's called Blazing Bluegrass or something. I'm not sure what it's a really fun song though. I think you'll like it. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy it. Hello, Uncle. You got talent. Wow, we still remember the uncle thing, huh? Wow, we've got some old school people here. Going back to some of the first sessions that we did live streaming here. Barbara, good morning. Yeah, those are nice turkey eggs right there. Alright, let's take a quick look at these finger stretches. Enough of this stuff you can install in a little bit, because these start getting so we've got 4 attacks per beat. Let's do 5s, right? Let's try 5s. We haven't done 5s yet today. 5s are overdue, and you can definitely use the work on 5 attacks. So this is fast food or no problem. You can go back and just be repost it, go back to the and look for it and look at it at half speed, and then try these 5 super important things to get down for me. Super important so that I can, really understand our pentametric nature. So we have 5 limbs, we have 2 legs, most of us, 2 arms, most of us, and a head, some of us, and then So we have this pentamerous nature, so I really like to study fives. One. Hey, Anthony Torello. I do have an email coming for you, but I know it's just things take time, don't they? I have a feeling that it will be fun. I haven't read, I saw that you replied to one of my emails, and I do get the feeling that you might be open to blah, 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 but I haven't read it, I haven't really opened it, but I have some time today to do this. So, let's, I've got some other news, exciting stuff, but one, two, three, one, two, three, four, finger four stretch. And we're using, 1, 2, 3, finger four stretch. And this irregular rhythm really places us in a position where we have I really want to focus on my breath with this one. Because fives typically give me a little bit of tension in my lower legs or something. All right, Mark. Putting on the shoes. He's getting his feet dressed, get ready to head out to work. Have a wonderful morning, Mark. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you again soon. Yeah, and be well. Fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. We're kicking the first finger back. We'll finish up with the quintuplets, 4 or 5 attacks per beat, and we'll get this going. 1, 2, 3. Right after this, we'll go ahead and stretch. One more position here. Wow, that's good. It feels good to have made it through that. So I'm going ahead, just give it a good stretch, straighten the elbow out. I wanted to share with you, Scott Sterling is just, we have some really cool guitars coming up. I have a little bit of a backlog for the guitars on the morning ritual. And rather than release them all at once, we've Mr. Anthony Torello, a couple of really beautiful situations. We have some more coming. I wanted to draw your attention to Scott Sterling's Schecter, the old Dream Machine. Really cool guitar, really rare, sort of rare bird, and it's living on the community tabs, the posts tab on this right here at Jason Carey Guitar. If you're into old guitars, and you're more than welcome to go check that out. I think you'll enjoy the color, the patina, the design, the guitar just is a beautiful looking guitar, and the story is even cooler. So if you're interested in the guitars that we're using here that we are sharing with, or sharing our time together, if you're interested in the guitars that we all use, you can learn more about the guitars of the morning ritual in the community tabs page, the post page, the posts tab. So I'd encourage you to check that out. But thank you so much for. It'd be really easy to make this all about me, but it's it's not. I'm not really about a whole bunch of flash. I mean, I can try it out once in a while, but it's not really me. Right? It's not my thing, and it's always been my thing to just work with quiet power, and then when it's time to do it, it's time to do it. But it's also worth noting that it's worth noting others. It's worth noting a rising tide floats all boats. I'll put it that way. So it's really cool that you feel comfortable enough to share your guitar images with us and your guitar backstories with us. So just really cool to see what might be happening. It really improves my imagination as to what's going on the other end of the screen. Light seconds away. All right. Oh, where do we find the community? So if you go directly to my channel homepage, underneath the channel there's a banner. There's probably a welcome video or some kind of video up there, and then I don't know if it's that little menu bar there or if it's just underneath that, but you'll either see the word community or the word posts. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I haven't really figured out the navigation for that yet, but I think it's pretty. If you go to the home page, I think Jason Carey guitar, you can find it, community or posts. But the guitars are so cool. Like, it's so awesome to see these great guitars, and it's always a surprise to see them, and then even bigger surprise to the backstory. So very cool to see. 1 E and a 2. What are we doing next? Let's go ahead and use this 1, 2, 3, 4. This old diagonal pattern. Let's use it in a different way today, if you don't mind. I'm just going to. And Robbie, what's the name of your daughter's yoga channel? What? There's someone's doing yoga here. Oh, Larry, maybe, sometimes maybe he listens. Alright, thank you, Raul. I dubbed it Bruce in honor of the previous owner. And Robbie, what's the name of your dad? Struggling with some things right now, but find peace doing the yoga sessions. She's a sweetheart. Oh, good. So she's right here on YouTube. I've been using the, my instructor is currently, I don't travel for yoga, I just have been using Apple TV for yoga, so it's been Jessica Sky, but we do half an hour, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, and that's really essential for me to continue doing what I'm doing here. The more that phone call was just maybe okay, not sure. Connection. Did I get you back? Okay, alright, cool. Here we go. Alright, here we go. 1E, so I'm going to use this 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise like we normally do. But I'm just going to use kind of everything back. Okay, thank you. This feels a little slow for me, but I'm really going to focus on just getting everything What's going on, Marco? BK Yoga Flow, that's cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and do 16 triangles. So just working on the same old stuff. Now this really just gets me to the point where I'm feeling really good about warming up. I got this really nice, sort of like, it's almost like a post-runner's buzz, you know what I mean? Post-run buzz, like this, kind of feeling warmed up, feeling like I could go for 9 or 10 miles. And if I can go for 9 or 10 miles, I can go for 17. If I can go for 17, I could go all day. You know what I mean? It's just a mind over matter thing. But I feel like the body's, been pretty much warmed up to the extent that I can start working on strumming patterns. And I really wanted to just expand a little bit on, only because this is something I'm personally working on at the moment, and it's really just extending like G-runs, so instead of, you see that like the recent video that I just released, I think it just landed yesterday, it's the Blazing Bluegrass. It's not really blazing bluegrass, it's more like flowing bluegrass. It's actually a song that we call it the flow because of the name that sort of geolocates me, and I don't really need to do that right at the moment. But it's a really nice, really great song that I wrote for competition use, and it's a fun one. I think it's got some John Coltrane style giant steps changes in it, and it's sort of like a cool sort of flowing bluegrassy type of song. So it's called Blazing Bluegrass or something like that. So the fucking you can kind of recognize it. Green letters, it's kind of big and fat letters, so you won't miss it. I wanted to just start a little bit with what happens if we start with a G5 chord. And I'm starting at 60. Of course, we're still at 60 beats per minute. And focusing on really sure why that is. Most of us will play the bass note, even if the bass note, even if the bass player is laying down a G note. I'll still play a G note in the bass for some strange reason, even though it's completely unnecessary. I could play. So this is perfect, like that kind of song is it's sort of like ingrained, so it's a perfect way for me to sort of, for us to sort of express extending bluegrass, like, you know, the G runs, or walk ups and walk downs. So it's perfectly suited for that, right? So we, you know, so the first thing that I might do is just learn the melody, which is stated in the bass region of the guitar strum pattern. And if you wanted to learn it, I've got I think I did a video on it, you know, Ripple on my channel here thing. So you could actually go learn the melody and then check that out and come back. But instead of walking instead of really working in that direction, let's think about like what can we do to extend a G run. So the typical G run in bluegrass are flat picking. Just a, you know, a pretty simple sort of forward roll. There's so many variations just on that forward roll that we can benefit from. So I'm hitting like a lot of those sort of like ways to end the songs, those G runs, typically, you know, and you know, we chromatically approach the 3, and then just from that color tone, that 6, we launch up to the high G string, and then maybe unfurl, maybe pay out the rest of the chord. I think in this situation, I wanted to examine like why do we actually use that B flat, for example, and we never really make anything, I never really make anything of it. So what if I just built a G run by that passing chord, you know, instead of just kind of using it as a passing chord, why don't we try to figure out how to make that B flat major 7. Why don't we try to figure out how to make that our principal interest, or our, you know, we've got some paint on the palette, only this time there's no G flat, scrape all that off, scrape all the old stuff off, and just put a bunch of B flat major 7 on the palette, and this is what we have to work with. So